The next topic is about project management professional part 1. So let us start with what is a project, what's the project life cycle, and what is project management process. So a project which we can able to tell as some activity or like a strategic plan for the organization. It can be termed as the temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or service. So the project may arise due to certain reasons. It may be because of the market demand or from the customer request or from the strategic opportunities like business needs, technical advancements or legal requirements of the country. Yeah, all these are all some of the criteria or some of the demands which we can able to tell make the reason for the rise of projects in the organizations. A project can create a product or a service or a result. Difference between projects and operations. Projects are temporary and unique, whereas that of operations are ongoing and repetitive. The purpose of a project is to attain its objective and then complete, that means terminate, close. But the purpose of an ongoing operation is to sustain the business for a long period of time. The project concludes when its specified objectives have been achieved, but operations adopt new set of objectives and the work continues in the organization. The application of knowledge, skills, techniques, and tools to project activities to meet the project requirements are called the project management. Managing projects typically includes identify the requirements, address the various stakeholders' needs, concerns, and expectations, like voice of the customer, in other words, we will tell. Then balance the conflicting constraints like scope, time, cost, quality, customer satisfaction, etc. In the starting stages of the project management, there are only three. There is a triple constraints were there. Then it was introduced two more constraints were added. So this triple constraint is considered as the simplified or the simplest model. It's like time, cost, and scope. Then it was being extended by quality, risk, and stakeholder satisfaction, customer satisfaction. Some of the roles and responsibilities or skills of a project manager, like leadership, team building, motivation, communication, influencing, decision making, political and cultural awareness, negotiation, trust building, conflict management, and coaching. As a question, how many projects can a project manager handle at one time? Generally, we can tell we can handle multiple projects, but each project should be unique in nature. So this is the project management life cycle, starting from initiation, planning, execution, controlling, that means monitoring and controlling, and then closing. In the initiation phase, performed to define a new project or a new phase of an existing project by obtaining to start the project or project phase. Is planning. It requires to establish the scope of the project, refine the objectives, and define the course of action required to attain the objectives that the project was undertaken to achieve. Comes execution. So this we will normally tell you as work in action. Perform to complete the work defined in the project management plan to satisfy the project specific. Controlling. This requires to track, review, and regulate the progress and performance of the project. Identify any areas which changes to the plan are required, and intimate the corresponding changes, the scope changes which we generally tell. Finally, the closing phase, those processes performed to finalize all the activities across all project process groups to formally close the project or the phase. So these are project boundaries. Project initiation, project inputs, so monitoring and control place like initiation process, planning the process, executing the process and closing the process. And then comes the project deliverables and project records for project deliverable for the end user and project records for the process assets or documentation. So the project boundaries are this one, that is before, after the project inputs and before the project delivery. So these are effort spent in the project group during the start. Initiation will be small, planning, execution, monitoring and control, then closing the process. See, monitoring and control will have an impact from the start till the finish of the project. So these are all the process, project and knowledge areas: project integration, project scope management, schedule management, cost management, quality management, human resource management, communication management, risk management, procurement management, and stakeholder management. So in the 4th edition, there are only 42 processes. 5th edition, it contains 47 processes. And in the 6th edition, it contains 49 processes. So integration, that general knowledge management area. In integration, coordinate activities across all the project management areas and process group. And integration management is the only one which contains activities in all the life cycle phases. Scope, ensure the project work includes all elements required to complete the work. Schedule, ensure the project work is completed in a timely way. Cost, the plan, estimate and manage, as well as control the project finances. Quality, ensure the project deliver a quality output that is fit for the purpose or as per the customer expectations. Resource, secure, manage and monitor the use of resource throughout the project. Communications, ensure communications of the projects are planned and carried out appropriately. Then comes risk, identify, assess and manage the risk. Procurement, carry out purchasing and contracting as required. Stakeholder, identify and engage stakeholders throughout the project. Thank you.